So guys, now you can see counter starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and it displays now code is here. What we are trying to do here is that we just initialize the serial monitor, initialize a counter variable. The counter initially is 0. We made a counter and we use a forever loop using for loop. And then you can use the other as well, just you need a forever loop inside the forever loop. We just initialize the counter and display the counter value. If the counter becomes greater than 9, then instead what we wanted is that we don't want these values to be executed. Now our condition is that since Arduino is a microcontroller and it executes commands in sequence, if the loop terminates, forever loop terminates, it ends, then by default we will go here. This command is to be executed. But if you look here, this command is not executing. We go to now code is here, this command, instead of going this command, because we are having this condition over here. If counter becomes greater than 9, it goes to bypass this delimiter, and this makes us to continue our program over here. And then after that it goes back and starts all over again. Counter becomes 0, loop executes again 0 to 9, and that's again. So these two commands are not being executed because we are using the conditional jumping called goto statement in the C language. So instead of going there, it goes directly here using these commands. Go to bypass, and bypass is here. Now see over here. See, to be bypassed command is not executed. Hello guys, welcome to learning microcontrollers. In this lecture, I will be showing you how we can use conditional jumping in Arduino UNO using goto statement. Sometimes it's become very important to bypass certain commands and go to some other command, and that is why we use a goto statement. This is a common statement in the C++ language, so I will show you how to use this in that Arduino UNO. So guys, all you need is an Arduino UNO. No external components required, just connect it to the computer using the serial cable, just like this. Now guys, open your Arduino IDE. Then let me zoom in so you guys can see better. Let me open the magnifier. Here you go. Click on file, click on new sketch. Close the previous sketch, just like this. Then guys, before you do anything else, click on file, click on save your work wherever you prefer, just like this. Then the next thing is to click on tools and make sure that your board is Arduino UNO. Go to tools, board, it's Arduino UNO, check mark. If you are using nano, make it nano, whatever it is. Click on port COM12, that is Arduino UNO, that's perfect. Okay, and to double check it, go to the right bottom corner, Arduino UNO on COM12, that's perfect, that's what we just have. Okay, now we can do the programming. Okay, first thing, we will use a forever loop. We will make a counter using the forever loop. Then we will break out of it using the goto statement. So guys, so for that, we can use any type of loop to make a forever loop. You can use while one or for loop. I use a for loop this time. This is the forever loop using for loop, starting here, ending here. Inside it, whatever it is, will repeat forever. So I just write a counter. I make a counter. I go here, initialize the integer called count, just like this, and then I give the initial value to the count, that is 0. Our counter will be like from 0 to 10 or whatever we prefer. Count is equal to 0 by default. Now inside it, we increment the count by 1 because we are making a counter. Count is equal to count plus 1. Here you go. Now there you go. We have a counter incremented by 1. Now we display the counter on the serial monitor. For that, first we initialize a serial monitor to know what is happening. I write serial dot begin 9600. This will initialize the serial monitor with a 9600 baud rate, and then we also display what our counter value is. I write here serial dot println. The value we want to display is whatever the value of the count is, like this. Okay, now the code will be too fast, we slow down the code, so it will update the counter after every 250 milliseconds, like this. So now what we want is that if we run this code, it will be a counter and it will keep on going forever. I upload this code, uploading, wait, done uploading, open that serial monitor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will keep on going forever. It's a counter in the forever loop. So Now what we want is that we want the counter to be terminated once the value is around 10. Okay, we take 10 for reference, but we don't only want the counter to be terminated. If we want to terminate the counter, we can just write it over here like count is equal to its count is equal to less than 10, and count plus plus or whatever it is. We could have done this as well. Then why we didn't did that? Because we don't only want the counter to be terminated, we want the counter to move to a certain point. Like I write certain commands here. I write this command here, and inside it I display a text called code is here, and then I write another text called now code is here. Okay, code is here. It means that once the loop is over, the code will move automatically here. So if we write a condition here, then the loop will end and you will go here. But what I want is that I want to bypass this. We want to bypass this statement and directly go there. Now how we do that? Now to do this, you use something called conditional jumping. Now our condition is that we want to bypass this sequence because Arduino is a microcontroller which executes in sequence. We want to bypass this command in the sequence and directly go there, here, and continue execution here. So I write this command if whatever the counter value is. If we write a commands here, then this will not be achieved. It will directly go there, but we want to bypass this command. Now to do that, you just write if count is greater than any value that you prefer, like 9, it will be like 10 or 9 times, whatever it is. If the count is greater than 9, if this condition is satisfied, then you use a goto statement, goto, where I call it bypass. Bypass, then use this bracket and bring this value where you want the code to be next after this here. I want to skip this command, so this command will make sure that if the counter is greater than 9, it will bypass and it will go here, and the code will continue from here and then back all over again. We also add some delay to stop the code here to see did it followed our path or not. We add one delay here and one delay here. Now let's see where it goes. We call this to be bypassed. It should not be displayed on the terminal as per our programming. So I do is that I upload this new code. Done uploading. Now see, it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 9, 10. Now code is here. See, it didn't went here. To be bypassed is not displayed. See what happened. Now see again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now code is here. Now this is called conditional jumping. See, we used a condition. We didn't wanted these commands to be executed. So we use a conditional jumping, and instead of going here, it directly went here, and these two commands has been bypassed. Then after that, it starts all over from here again. Count again becomes 0. Again the forever loop executes against the counter. Again count from 0 to 10, and then again it checks if it becomes 10 greater than 9. Then it, instead of going there, it will go to its path here. This is called conditional jumping in the C language or C++ or Python. Whatever language you use, the technique is the same. See? Now it is very useful when you make your projects. It helps you to minimize the use of timers. Timers are limited. It considerably optimizes your code by you can just bypass the delays which you don't want. See? So guys, this is it. If you guys have any question, please do ask. We'll see you in the next lecture. Goodbye until then.